Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephanie from The Farmhouse Mom, and I upload every Tuesday and Friday. In today's video, I am going to introduce you to my goat herd. We are going to unload a little bit of alfalfa. I have a couple of Christmas crafts that I did, and I did some holiday baking. So I made a triple batch of banana bread, and then we also made some cloverleaf rolls from a vintage cookbook. Thank you so much for being here, and let me show you my farm. So we are going to head out and milk the girls first. I'm only milking a couple of girls right now. However, I have two girls that are due a week from today, and then in January, February, March, everybody else is due. I have a herd of about 20 Nigerian dwarf goats, and I probably will get up to about 12 or 13 that I'll be milking this spring. So not a huge number, but that's enough to keep us in milk for our family and to have it to drink and to make soap with, and all the fun stuff that we like to do. I have had upwards of 80 to 100 goats, and it was a lot. So we keep it pretty small at about 20. It's a good size for our family. I really enjoy having the goats, not just because of the milk that they give us, but one, I really love animals, and it's a really big part of my life. I feel like something is not complete unless I have animals in my life, and to be able to have the new babies every spring, it is so joyful. I also enjoy having it for my boys. It really gives us a sense of schedule and stability, so there's always work to be done on the farm, and I don't view that as a negative. I really view that as a positive, because it is an unspoken thing that we have every day. The animals have to eat, they have to be milked, and chores have to be done. Of course, Eric and I do the majority of the chores, but it does give us an opportunity twice a day as a family to go outside, work together, and hopefully when the boys look back on their childhood, they will be happy that they had farm work as a part of their childhood. I guess we will wait and see. So here is our stock of alfalfa and straw for the next couple months. With a small herd like this, hopefully that will last us into January. And this is where the girls sleep, over there on that side, opposite from where the hay is. And of course, they're so curious. Anytime anything is new on the farm or inside the barn, they have to come in and check it out. I think next year I'm going to go back to starting to decorate for Christmas on November 1st, just because it takes so long. I still keep finding things around the house that I haven't put up, and of course I go thrift shopping twice a week, and I'm always finding new things for the house. So I have these two little beautiful wreaths that I got a couple of years ago, and I finished off the rest of my thick red ribbon, and I hung them outside the schoolroom door there in the entryway, and then I also put one on our bedroom door, and I just use command hooks on the back of the doors, and I keep them there all year. You don't notice them, and when it comes time for Christmas, I'm always really happy that I have them there, because it's a quick little decoration that I can put up. And I have some great news. My oven is fixed. If you saw on my previous video, my oven broke about a week and a half ago. We ordered a part from Amazon, and it got here broken, and so we had to order another part, but it did give me a reason to deep clean my entire oven. It was really filthy, so I'm glad that finally it's nice and clean, it works, and I am back on my holiday baking schedule. So for Tuesday, I am going to have my favorite holiday cookies, and I'm going to be sharing that with you. But for today, I am going to make some banana bread. Today was the first time I used my wire whisks on my Bosch universal mixer. So it came with the bread attachment, and that's what I used for all of my Thanksgiving cooking and baking and potatoes and everything. But I needed to cream the butter and sugar for my banana bread, and so I got to use it, and it really creamed very well. There was not a lot of scraping on the sides, and it whipped it up into a very, very nice creamy butter mixture. Anytime I am in the kitchen baking, Jackson loves to help. He is going to be 6 in the spring, and I'm sure I am going to miss this time when he gets a little bit older. Sometimes I wish time wouldn't go so fast, but every year he is getting bigger and smarter, and I'm so lucky to be his mom, and I'm having such a great time being a mother to such a sweet little boy. I became a mother at 44. Damien was 10 and Jackson was 16 months. And I really didn't think I would ever become a mom. I didn't think that that would happen for me, but it was a big surprise when it did. And I was thinking today, I was driving home from the thrift store about being 50 next year, which is kind of a big year for a woman. You know, you're kind of definitely, you're 50. So, but I was thinking, what a great decade it is going to be able to watch Jackson grow from a little boy into a man, and it just gave me such a sense of hope for the future, and it just was a really good feeling thinking about it. I have been baking and cooking almost exclusively using sourdough starter the last 4 years, so it was a little different this week, not using any sourdough, just using yeast. So for myself, if I'm going to be eating the bread or baked goods, I really prefer using sourdough starter and making everything with sourdough, because I have noticed a big difference. It's much easier for me to digest. I don't get bloated, and I also don't gain weight like I do when I am eating yeasted breads. But for my boys, that really doesn't affect them that much. They probably prefer having a little mixture of both. Sourdough is fine for them. They really love my bread and things that I cook, but they do like having kind of the really fluffy rolls, and they really enjoyed this banana bread. So I have 3 thrift stores that I go to twice a week, and one of them is just 5 minutes from my house. And so we put the 3 loaves of banana bread in the buttered pans, and we ran down just to that one while the banana bread was baking. So we are having a thrifted Christmas. We are buying a few things at stores. We're buying some clothes and some shoes, but for the most part, we are trying to just buy secondhand items and give those to each other for Christmas. And I'm going to have to stop taking Jackson because while we were at the thrift store for $2, he found this little Play-Doh ice cream machine, and it came with a little rolling pin, and he really loved it. So I said, okay, you can have it, but that is going to be one of your Christmas gifts. The second thing that I made today was cloverleaf rolls, and I usually don't scald the milk, but I did this time. So scalding the milk is supposed to help the rolls rise and be a little bit fluffier. It's supposed to denature the proteins in the milk, and I think that it did make a difference. I usually don't do that, but I think I might try doing it even with my sourdough, and I'm going to see how that goes and see if I notice a difference there. So most of the jobs I've had during my life have been pretty physical. So I was a waitress and, was carrying those big heavy trays, and I was a mail carrier for about 13 years. I would drive the mail truck, and then I would also walk and deliver. And I just kind of enjoy being outside. I enjoy working with my hands. Being inside all the time just sounds absolutely terrible to me. But because I've done all of that, it has taken a little bit of a toll on my hands. I also was a fitness instructor for 5 years. I owned a yoga studio. And of course, now I'm milking the goats. And so the point is, all of that stuff that I've done with my hands will catch up with me sometimes. I still will do a cross stitch at night, and I still can milk the girls. But the Bosch Universal Mixer has helped because it is taking over a lot of stuff that my KitchenAid could not do. And it just makes things a little bit easier to do in the kitchen. So if any of that resonates with you and sounds similar to how you are, you can use my code TheFarmHouseMom and get an extra $20 off the holiday specials that NutriMill is having now on their mixers and then also on their grain mills. And I will leave all of that information down below in the description box.
This is the best banana bread in the whole world.
Thank you, honey.
You're welcome.
All right, after that ringing endorsement from Jackson, we're going to go ahead and move on, and we are going to bake our cloverleaf rolls. I got out 3 pans. I really should have done 4, but I just didn't feel like digging them out of the cabinet. And so for some of the rolls, I divided up into 3 little balls, and then for a few of the rolls, I just kind of put just like a normal dinner size roll in. And after they rose, they were really puffy. And then when I baked them, they were even puffier, but they were still really good. So I think it's a combination of scalding the milk, and then also I probably put too much dough inside each of the pans, but they were still very, very good, really delicious. Okay, so in between the cloverleaf rolls rising and then coming home and baking them, I ran to the 2 other thrift stores and I got all of these beautiful ornaments for $1.25. I got some really beautiful vintage red ones, and then those ones that I just showed you were kind of like gold, and they had a little bit of floral kind of pink on them. They looked really cute. And then I also got this vintage little Merry Christmas. I don't know if it was from a school or what it was from, but it's so cute. I don't know where I'm going to put it. I just stuck it on my plate rack for now. I think I might try to put it in the bathroom, but I'll see this weekend. I'm kind of going to do a little bit of cleaning. So those are some other ornaments that I got. So last week when I was decorating my tree, I was saying how the trend now is brown Christmas ornaments, and I said, oh, I can't get behind that. Well, I think I'm just eating my words because I found these copper Christmas ornaments that were so beautiful and they look so pretty on the tree. So I might not be able to do brown, but I definitely can do a really nice copper color. All right, well, I can't wait to see you guys Tuesday. We are going to be baking some Christmas cookies, and after that, hopefully we will have some baby goats to show you. I hope you have a great weekend, and I can't wait to see you Tuesday.